What's up everyone, Cursor here, welcome back to another video. Today we got my AEW All Out 2023 review, and we do have a lot of matches to get into, so I'm not going to waste any time. So let's head straight into 0 Hour and start with the over budget battle royale, which saw Hangman Adam Page pick up the win here in this over budget battle royal. It's your typical AEW Battle Royal. I enjoy a Battle Royal, so I didn't mind it too much. Final four came down to Adam Page, Trent, Toa Leon, and Brian Cage. The Mogul Embassy working together. They get rid of Trent, working over Hangman. Eventually, Hangman gets rid of Toa Leon, and then him and Brian Cage fighting on the apron. Deadeye on the apron to Cage, and Brian Cage is eliminated, giving the win to Adam Page. In the charity battle royale, as I said, your typical AEW battle royale. I do like a battle royale. I do enjoy a battle royale, so I didn't mind it too much. But yeah, not really much more to get into there. Moving on, we had a Hikaru Shida, Sky Blue, and Willow Nightingale team up to defeat Mercedes Martinez, Diamante, and Athena. Again, very solid matchup here. This match really made me want to see Athena versus Shida one-on-one for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. So that is definitely something I would like to see down the line. Sky Blue gets the win in front of her home crowd, hitting the code blue to give the victory to the faces in this one. Again, not really much more to go into on this one. It was a solid matchup. It was okay. It makes me really want to see Athena and Shida one-on-one for that ROH Women's Championship. Moving on, then we had the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass with Dennis Rodman in the corner against Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Satnam Singh, of course, with Karen and Sanjay. This was a fun matchup, a lot of fun. The Acclaim bring out Aubrey Edwards to be the referee, because of course Aubrey and Karen have a history together, it was a lot of fun. Eventually Rodman gets involved, hits the guitar over the head of Satnam Singh, which allows the Trios champions to retain. The Acclaimed and Billy Gunn get the win. Very fun tag team matchup. Not much more really to go in there as well. The Acclaimed with Rodman get the win in Chicago over Team Jarrett. Moving on to Better Than You Baby and the Dark Order kicking off the main card show. This was a very fun matchup. Better Than You Baby are really well together. Dark Order are a great team. The story of this matchup was Dark Order working over the neck of MJF. He has to go to the back at one point because he's injured, and the Dark Order working over Cole 2-on-1, eventually leading to MJF coming out to make that heroic return and help Better Than You Baby retain the ROH Tag Team Championships. Again, a very fun matchup, a good defense for Cole and MJF. Good first defense. Rollins on silver, solid tag team. Cole and MJF retain in a very good opening tag team matchup. Moving on, we have Samoa Joe versus Shane Taylor for the ROH title. Actually, as Joe was walking out to the ring, he walks past MJF, shoves MJF, and that kind of starts a little brawl where Joe kind of starts choking out MJF again, working over that injured neck. They eventually get separated, which, sign me up for an MJF Samoa Joe feud. If Joe's the next person to challenge for the AEW World Championship, I am down for that. So then out comes Shane Taylor, and this was a very good match. Just two big heavyweights beating the crap out of each other. And Joe eventually gets the win with the Coquina clutch, making Shane Taylor pass out, and Joe retains. And a lot of people kind of wore this weren't really sure what about this match going into it. I thought that's what I expected to be. I expected Taylor and Joe to just go and be a big heavyweight battle. That's what we got. A very good matchup. And Joe gets the retain the belt. And as I said, if this does lead to Joe and MJF to stop beforehand, definitely sign me up for that one. Moving on, Luchasaurus defends the TNT Championship against Darby Allin. Again, another very good matchup. Darby working from under against the bigger Luchasaurus. I thought they worked that match very well. They told the story well of Luchasaurus being the bigger and stronger opponent. Darby just trying to work his way into this one. There's one point where Christian kind of distracted Darby as Darby was going for the coffin drop, looking like he's going to concerto Nick Wayne. But that distraction allowed Luchasaurus to capitalize and hit the tombstone and a clothesline for the win over Darby and retain the TNT Championship, even though you think Christian Cage, with the way he acts, is the TNT Champion. In fact, it is Darby. A very good match. As I said, I thought they worked it very well with Darby being the smaller man, trying to work up against the bigger Luchasaurus. They worked it very well. Moving on to two big meaty men slapping meat as the crowd were going mental for it. They loved the meat fest that was Miro versus Hobbs. These two, as I said, just slapping meat in the words of Big E. Very good match. Definitely worth checking out. Not match of the night, but definitely a very good match. Crowd were very hot for this one, chanting for the meat. Eventually Miro gets the win with the game over, making Hobbs pass out and submit. They shake hands after the match, and Hobbs attacks Miro from behind as he's leaving, which leads to CJ Perry showing up, making her AEW debut, hitting Hobbs with a chair. And once Miro recovers, he sees CJ and just kind of walks away from her. So interesting to see where that goes with Miro and CJ, and if CJ is coming in full time, of course, to former Lana. I'm interested to see if she is with AEW, if that story there develops between those two. Chris Statlander then defends the TBS Championship against Ruby Soho. Again, another very good matchup here. Really enjoyed this one. Statlander gets the win after Saraya tries to get involved, hands the spray paint to Ruby, and Toni Storm intercepts, and Toni Storm takes the spray paint from Ruby, which causes the distraction and allows Statlander to hit her finisher and get the win. Very interested to see again where this plays with Toni costing Ruby the match here. Kind of plays off what happened at All In last weekend, where Saraya pinned Toni for the Women's Championship. Continuing to sow the seeds of dissension within the Outcasts. Of course, we've seen Ruby try and calm the tensions last week between Saraya and Toni while they were fighting, which led to Toni hitting Ruby. Ruby costing Toni costing Ruby here. I'm intrigued to see again what does this mean for the Outcasts and where does that go for them. Then we had my match of the night, Bryan Danielson versus Ricky Starks in a strap match. This was awesome. Danielson bleeding everywhere, Starks bleeding. Eventually, Danielson does get the win, choking Starks out with the strap, leading to Starks passing out. I really love this match. Definitely my match of the night. Steamboat there on commentary. He gets involved and starts chopping Big Bill to even the odds there. And great return for Danielson. Great match against Starks. My match of the night. Awesome match. Very, 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 very good match. Definitely my match of the night. And definitely want to go and check out probably one of the best strap matches I've seen. And definitely up there for match of the year contender, Bryan Danielson come back from injury and showing everyone again why he is considered the GOAT. But yeah, him and Starks absolutely killed it, and incredible matchup there. Eddie Kingston and Katsuyori Shibata then face off against Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli of the Blackpool Combat Club. Again, very good tag team match, as you'd expect from the 4 guys involved. Hard hitting, physical matchup, which leads to the Blackpool Combat Club picking up the win after Claudio hit an uppercut, which put Kingston down for the pin, giving Claudio and Wheeler the win. Like I said, very, very, very good matchup, very hard hitting, as you'd expect from the 4 involved. Kind of surprised Claudio got the pin over Eddie. I feel like I said in my predictions, I thought this and the match at All In would set up to Eddie pinning Claudio and going after the Ring of Honor Championship. Very intrigued to see how this, again, like I said with a lot of things, how this plays out. Because I still feel like it's leading to Eddie beating Claudio for the Ring of Honor Championship. I'm just interested to see how we get there now, because I thought it would be with Eddie getting the pin here. But of course Eddie got pinned here by Claudio. So yeah, very intrigued to see how this one continues to play out. Konosuke Takeshita then beats Kenny Omega again, back-to-back wins over Omega for Takeshita. Very surprised to see him pin Kenny 2 weeks in a row, but it's good to see Takeshita get a big win here in singles action over Kenny. I thought this match was very good. Kenny had his DDT inspired gear on with this color scheme, and yeah, Takeshita hit a big high angle back suplex, which looked like Kenny dropped on his head. Looked bad. And yeah, Takeshita got the win with a big knee. He did pull down the knee pad to expose the knee. But this match was again awesome, very, very good matchup. As you'd expect it from Kenny and Takeshita going in, they did deliver. And definitely one worth going and checking out. Then Bullet Club Gold defeat the Young Bucks with Colt and Gunn getting the pin on Cash. So again, the Guns pinning the tag team championships, and happy to see Bullet Club Gold get a win again. They've been very entertaining on Collision. They got the win over Golden Elite last week, and they got the win again here tonight. So happy to see the Bang Bang Gang picking up some wins. And yeah, very good matchup. This was a fun 8-man tag. Everyone hitting their spots and stuff. And yeah, this match was fun, 8-man tag. Happy for Bullet Club Gold to pick up the win. As I said, they've been very entertaining. And yeah, pinning the tag team champs, I wonder if that leads to Guns and FTR again. We have seen them feud in the past. We've also seen Juice and Jay White have a banger of a match with FTR recently on AEW TV. So yeah, interested to see where that goes again. Like I've said a couple times, a lot of interesting things to coming out of this one. Then main event, Orange Cassidy vs Jon Moxley. A very, very good matchup. Really enjoyed this matchup. Again, very good. Moxley making Orange Cassidy bleed. Couple of Orange going for the orange punch a couple of times, gets caught. Cassidy kicking out with Death Rider. And Mox had to hit his second one to give him the victory here over Orange Cassidy. Yeah, I really enjoyed this match. Moxley beating Orange Cassidy, ending that big run as the international champion that Orange has had. Fantastic run, one of the best champions in wrestling. Throughout this run has Orange Cassidy been. And the story they kept telling was that with every defense, it was slowly taking more and more out of freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, and eventually he wasn't able to get the job done here against Moxley. I know it goes to show how much AEW value the International Championship and how well of a job Orange Cassidy has done as champion, elevating it to the point where the main event's a pay-per-view and someone like Jon Moxley win the belt, and it doesn't seem like he's taking a step back from the world title picture. It doesn't seem like it's a downgrade from the world title which he has held. So you know, I feel like that just goes to show credit of Orange Cassidy and the job he done as international champion. And yeah, Mox now the third ever international champion, of course. Well, Pac had as the All Atlantic Championship. Orange Cassidy once gets renamed the International Championship. But yeah, interested to see Mox with this international championship. Because like I said, it isn't the World Championship, but with Orange Cassidy in his run, he really elevated this championship, and I think putting the belt on Moxley will only help elevate it up even more. So yeah, overall, very, very good show. I know a lot of people had their doubts about the card, but I said it in my preview and my predictions that looking at the card, it was a very solid card. And it did not disappoint. Everyone stepped up and delivered another fantastic show here. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you think of this AEW All Out 2023. Did you enjoy the show? Let me know in the comment section below. Leave a like in this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. I'll see you in the next one.